Up next on Did You Know? Habitat for Humanity Metro Maryland and the Animal Welfare League. Stay tuned. Habitat for Humanity Metro Maryland helps build and rehabilitate homes for people in need. Its headquarters are in Silver Spring.
Habitat for Humanity is a 501c3 nonprofit that was formulated in 1976 in rural Georgia, Americus, Georgia, for the purpose of eradicating poverty housing worldwide. And what started out as a very grassroots organization became a global brand. We now build in 70 countries. And in Montgomery County, we've been working since 1982 to either build new homes, rehabilitate existing foreclosed homes, or doing repair projects in owner-occupied homes. All with the purpose of serving the population that earns less than 60% of area median income. About 3 years ago, we expanded our service area to include Prince George's County. So we're Montgomery and Prince George's County. That's where we're chartered to do our work. Habitat is also the mortgage lender. So we provide a 30-year interest-free mortgage with 1% down. And then we service that mortgage. So in our history of all the mortgages we've done, we've only had one default, which we're quite proud of. And that's because we do very strict underwriting to make sure our clients, our home buyers, can afford a mortgage and pay on time and so forth.
It's about 2 years from the beginning, from the course, from the workshop I took till I moved in the house. Yeah, but 2 years for a person who doesn't have a house, it's not even 2 weeks. So we have 19 houses here and 19 families. We have, I think, about 50 children. I'm sorry, Jonah.
Home buyers who apply to our program fill out an application. They have to be in a certain income range. They have to have a demonstrated need for housing. And then once they're selected for a home ownership, they have to it's a partnership program, so they attend education workshops. They have to do what we call sweat equity. They have to do anywhere from 200 to 500 hours on the job site working with volunteers. We're licensed contractors, so working to help refurbish their home, make it like new, or build a new home if we happen to be building a new home.
Honestly, the help is mostly by the volunteers. I cannot say my 500 hours equity is enough to build even one of the walls of this house. But I need, that counts towards your contribution to get the house also. That's one of their criteria. But it helped me learn how to paint, how to use, I never used, I even have it here, the hammer. The hammer.
Well, we have about 3,000 volunteers a year. We have a full-time volunteer coordinator because we have a lot of interest in what Habitat does. And so volunteers volunteer mostly on the construction site. You hear a lot about that. We have a lot of committees that we have a finance committee, development committee, interfaith committee. So volunteers volunteer on those committees along with staff members and board members. We also have 2 restores. A restore is where we get donated appliances, furniture, building materials that we resell to the public at deep discount prices. We have a restore on Goody Drive in Rockville, and we have a restore on Plum Orchard Road in Silver Spring.
It's a really neat, innovative way of taking resources that would otherwise go to the landfill. So what we do is we collect new and used donated goods, building materials, furniture, appliances. We bring them into the store, we sell them at a great discount, and all of our proceeds are used to build more affordable housing in the area.
I like bargain, I come and look for things, find things that, usually double the price in the store. Like this costs $10 at Costco. Hopefully they'll give me a good deal. So,
Well, what I like about it is the fact that you can find what you want at a cheaper price. Plus, I like the fact that it's Habitat for Humanity and all the work that they do. Doing all of that too.
We get a lot of volunteers. We get a lot of school volunteers. We have a regular corps of volunteers that comes in and does a lot of, helps us do a lot of work in the store.
This is repair, that's sorting out.
I'm here to help out the community, help out the people around the community, and we move furniture around, put new furniture in, help people load up their vehicles with stuff they've purchased. And the whole, I guess, idea about this place is people donate it and all the profits go to a charity to help build homes.
We actively solicit businesses and we love business donations. We also get individual donations. I think we average around 20 per day, and they actually come into our back loading dock all day long. And so we get a lot of items from people's households. We also work with some estate sale companies. So we feel like we're doing a big service. Like we saved, I think the number's around 200 tons of items from the landfill last year. And so this is just like a holistic type of place because we're helping people with the proceeds, we're saving stuff from the landfill, you know, our donors get to feel good, the business donors, customers get to feel good because they get a tax, you know, deductible receipt if they can take advantage of that. And so it's just a win-win.
We get a lot of support from the community. We get support from the county council. They've been very supportive of our efforts, support our events, financial support.
You know, there's nothing better than your home, and this is someone that they're actually giving home ownership to. It really is. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Of course, they have this store now on Goody Drive, and it's just fun to go in there and see the various things that they're selling, and that people can change their lives with buying it. And of course, it's an extremely affordable price. And they're able to reinvest that money into the rest of their programs.
We also get great support from the business community. We have a lot of businesses that come out on a regular basis to volunteer. Their companies give them time off, and they also provide financial support. And then we get a lot of support from the faith community, all denominations of the faith communities in our service area.
Well, it's always people or Habitat, they talk about we build houses. A house cannot be built without a people, without a family, without a community. So building a house, instead of building a house, they're building people. They're building lives.
Delicious.
For more information about Habitat for Humanity Metro Maryland, visit habitatmm.org. The Animal Welfare League of Montgomery County is a no-kill cat shelter located in Old Town Gaithersburg. Since 2005, the AWLMC has completed over 1,000 cat adoptions. It also supports a spay-neuter program and provides pet food to owners who are facing economic hardship. All this with the help of dedicated volunteers and donors.
Well, you know, nonprofit organizations are so very important to Montgomery County. And I actually have had the pleasure of knowing about the Animal Welfare League for many, many years. They do wonderful work. They really do. They're a group of dedicated people.
Adoptions, which introduces a new group of people.
Well, first of all, welcome to the Animal Welfare League. This is a shelter that is the original no-kill cat shelter in Montgomery County, Maryland. What we do, we take in cats, both from the county shelters, the municipal shelters, where they do sometimes have to euthanize, and we try to do everything we can to prevent them from filling up and making those choices. We work with the Montgomery County Animal Services and Adoption Center here in Durwood, and we have a wonderful relationship with them. We visit every week. We take as many cats and kittens as we can from them. You good girl.
The AWLMC also intakes cats from individuals. The process begins with foster care.
We put them in foster for 2 weeks to ensure that they're not bringing any kind of a disease or getting sick. and they go to an intake foster is what we call it, and we get a good idea of what the cat likes, how the cat is. It gives the cat a break from being in a cage, gets some one-on-one TLC, possibly introduced to the resident cats if they're amicable to it. And then they bring them in here with a write-up about the cat. And we have a group that's called the Shelter Placement Team. And they decide what room to start the cat out in based on who's currently in the shelter.
The shelter has 5 rooms and open spaces for the cats. Each room can take up to 4 cats.
That team does a lot of work juggling cats around, and they do a fantastic job of it. It's an imperfect world. Cats are cats. I like you today, I hate you tomorrow. So we do have to do some moving around. But anyways, that kind of keeps the harmony in here and helps the cats show their best. So once they're in, we have cat crew, of course, to come in and feed and change litter boxes and whatnot twice a day, 365 days a year. Cats don't take a day off from eating. And we also have a group that comes in 6 days a week in the middle of the day. We call them an enrichment team.
There's more than one cat in each room. Just right now. There we go.
Our community-based programs we've had the low-cost spay-neuter program has been in existence for quite some time. We work with a couple of local veterinarians who allow us to send people to them for a very, very nominal fee. The other community program we have that makes us a little bit different is called Chompers. Chompers is a pet food bank, and it's designed to help people keep their pets and not have to surrender them because they can't afford pet food. It serves a good number of seniors in addition to just regular people here in the community. It is Montgomery County only, as is our spay-neuter programs. It is strictly to benefit the residents of the county where we operate.
The AWLMC has more than 150 volunteers.
I love this place because it is just cats. And I met someone at an outreach event, which is what we do when we go out into the community and let people know about the shelter and about the programs that we have here. And I found out about this great place that's local and is just cats, and so that's how I ended up here.
Well, I've been involved in rescue work since 2004. Obviously, stay-at-home cat mom, prefer cats to dogs. I'm a cat person, so when I found this place and it was a cat shelter, I couldn't resist. So now I'm involved in multiple teams for the shelter. I do the supply purchasing. I help with the food bank for the low-income residents. I'm on crew and enrichment teams and the accounting team. And it's just a fun place.
Another important job is photography.
Nice. People have come in and said, oh, I saw that cat on Facebook or whatever, and that's the cat I want to adopt. And they come in and they adopt that cat.
This is our adoption book from last year of all the cats that we adopted, and just to showcase to our potential adopters that are coming in looking for their cat.
Moxie was an emergency situation. Her family contacted us. They were being evicted, and the cat basically stayed in the house that was foreclosed upon with no power, no anything, no air conditioning, no anything. My team went over there with flashlights, went down in the basement of this house. It was 90 degrees, and met her and immediately just said, she's a wonderful cat, let's make this happen. It's a hard job going out into the community and going into people's homes like that. And basically when someone's getting rid of a pet, they're not in a good place in their life. It's never for, it's either a death or an allergy or something tragic that's making this relationship have to end. And we do what we can to make it, easier for them and help them through it.
Hi, sweetie.
For more information about the Animal Welfare League, go to awlmc.org.